What's going on, everyone? I thought I would show this new purchase that I picked up from Amazon. I picked up a knife set due to what's going on, of course. Everyone just about is more into the kitchen these days. And I was looking at my sad knife block and said, you know what, I'm going to replace it. Um, if I want to allocate more money for it, it would have already been done. I just wanted to show this very reasonable set. It had good ratings on Amazon, and like I said, for around my budget that I wanted to allocate for knives. It was a pretty good deal, and I've been using them, and they've been cutting pretty good. So this is by Home Hero here, and I'm just going to show how I open these up and put these and place these all in here. Like I said, it had around 4,000 or so reviews, I believe, and there were, pretty much a lot of positive reviews. So I went on and picked this up and got rid of my old knives that I really haven't used in a while. Just kind of just been holding on to the block. So it came with this scissor and slicer here, and then all the knives were separately in this box, and I'm just going to pull them out. And I'm doing this just for display. Just to show. I really didn't take them out and clean them. I will do that as I use them. I was just trying to get little hands away from them, so I went on and put them in their place just as soon as I could, so they would be out the way. But I was just using the picture on the front there to kind of show where they needed to go and placing them all there. And I thought that this was a little bit more modern way, kind of get set in my way about things. And I thought that this was a neat new set, so I'm just showing what I purchased. And I will leave the link in the description box and on my page of where I purchased them from, or the number for them. So I was left with my old block here, and the first thing I did, of course, was just sanitize it down. Like I said, I've had this for years. Embarrassingly, haven't been gotten rid of it. So I'm just wiping it down, getting any grease or anything off of it first. Then I'm taking the drill here and making holes, and then making sure the dowels fit in them. And I kind of place them sporadically. I started at first to line them up, but then I thought that with the size of the threads that are going above them, and the placement, especially the ones on the bottom, they're going to be smaller. So I kind of wanted to stagger them a little bit so they can fit on there. So I'm just cleaning up my area there. And then these are the wooden dowels that were from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just pulling those out. And I didn't use a glue gun because with the glue gun, once you put it in there, you've got a good stick. It's not going nowhere. I thought I'd use my friend Fabric Tack there. And Fabric Tack, I can kind of wiggle around and it gives me a little play before it permanently goes in there, and then I can let it set for a while. So all I'm going to do is put a dab or a glop in the hole that I created, and then stick my dowels right inside of it. As you can see there, I'm pressing my wooden dowel inside of them. And there's pretty good spacing on that top row, but then as I got down to the bottom, like I said, they were kind of closer together. So I kind of wish I even would have put my holes way more sporadically, so I can have more room, as you can see there. at the bottom. They're kind of close and I didn't space them out some. Okay, once I had them all in there, I took some spray paint, and I'm just using some Rust-Oleum there, and I used silver. And then once I got it all spray painted and dried there, I'm sure you didn't need to see that, I went on and used some sparkle. Wouldn't be me if I didn't use some sparkle there. This is just some bling tape. If anyone's wondering, they have a craft aisle in the Dollar General, and that's where I picked that up at. Then once I covered that, I just needed that for the background. I'm going to cover on top of that. If this slide here looks familiar, I did do a Dollar Tree craft glue versus fabric tack video. It's not deja vu. I did have this in a previous video. So I am just showing how I'm going to put bling on the side here. And I'm going to use the glue in the bottle also so that I have wiggle room there and you don't get a permanent stick. And I'm just doing one side, as I said in the video, with the craft glue, and then I'm doing the other side with the fabric tack just to see the hold. And of course, the results where the fabric tack ended up being a lot more permanent. You had not too much wiggle room as you did with the craft glue, but the hold on both was wonderful. But here I'm just applying the craft glue, and then I'm going to put the bling on top. And instead of using a glue gun, which there's no wiggle room, and if you pull it up with a glue gun, you're going to pull up the paint that you just painted on there too. So that's why I like working with the liquid glue. So on this side, I just went on and tried to cut perfectly, and I ended up on the other side kind of just sticking it down since I had already done one side, and the fabric tack has more of a stick. So I just needed to go back and clean it up with my scissors once I didn't trim as well once I got it on there. So I went back afterwards and did a lot of trimming. So here I am just finishing that one side. As you can see, I pretty much had it all cut out to where I want it on that side. Then I'm just going to carefully flip it over because it's definitely not cured yet. It's not dry. And then I'm going to flip it over, and then this is going to be the fabric tack side. As you can see here, I didn't trim it off. I just kind of stuck them on there, and then I will go and trim after it is dry. And then I didn't want to wiggle it too much since I already had the glued down pieces on the other side. I didn't want to move them that much. So that it is my project before it's dry, and then here I am after it is dry and both sides are not going anywhere. I just maybe need to clean up the edges there, and I have done that. So the next thing I did is I had this clearance flower that I picked up a long time ago in my stash, and I just cut off the little pin from the back, and then I pulled out that glue gun, got it hot, and glued it down real good. Once I got an adequate amount of glue on there, I was ready. Does anyone do that swirl with the glue gun, or is it just me before they finished? And then I glued it right on there on the top, right over my background. And there's little pieces of the flower that are see-through there, so you can still see that silver in the background, but not much. And then those edges on the sides really don't matter, but I still cleaned them up as best as I could. So I'm liking how my project is going. Now I just have to sit and let it dry, and then I'll be ready to put on my twine. So here I am. I pulled out all my twine and threads here that I really haven't been using in projects, and so this is a good way for me to display them and then to remind myself that, hey, I've got that twine I can pull out. And then I recycled this block here that I really hadn't done anything with, so it's a good way to just use what you had. And then once this is over, if you wanted to create one of these, you can probably find them at your local thrift store. But I hope you like it. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. It helps my channel. And as always, thanks for watching. See you later, Craftinista.